If you want to call me, just call me Lord. I have a new title. Someone bought me a title. I'm Lord Leicester now. And I owned honorary land in England. I own Lord Leicester. Do I want to move there? Well, it's just honorary. I don't think it can actually let me live there. And it may only be like a plot. It may just be like a 1-by-1 square of land that I own in England. But I'm a landowner in England, Jamie. I'm a landowner, okay? I'm just wondering, do you want to be a indentured servant? Would you want to be my indentured servant? I'm offering it to you. I have your indentured servant right here, she says. That was crude. And that is not very honorable. And I think she could be beheaded for that. Couldn't I behead her for that? Do they still do that in England? Can she still be beheaded for doing that to me? I'm Lord Leicester, and she's not Lady Jamie. She's not Lady Jamie. Y'all don't even think about it. She's not a Lady Jamie. She just now says, I have your Lord right here. Come on, girls. Come on, let's go. Come on, girls. It's time for our morning live with coffee with Jamie and Wetter. Morning, babies. Good morning, sweet goats. Hi, sweeties. Christmas, be sweet. Christmas. Hi, sweeties. Good morning, Mr. Sawyer. Hello. Hi to hello. Hi, sweet baby.
Hey, y'all. Happy Saturday. You may be asking, where's Lester? He's still getting ready. Why? I don't know. Hey, what did you want me to say? What did you want me to say?
No, it's easy. Say, hear ye, hear ye. Start off with that.
Hear ye, hear ye.
You gotta say it like regally. Hear ye, hear ye.
Hear ye.
Lord Leicester of Cotterpen.
I don't know who did this to me.
All hail, Lord Leicester of Cotterpen.
I don't know who did this to me, but.
Can you hum the music?
No.
Royal, just do something royal. Do something royal.
That's my favorite blanket. Do not let the goats pee on it.
Do something royal. Do that little curtsy thing. Curtsy to me.
I'm curtsying to you.
My lady. Curtsy or do something.
Who did this? That's all I want to know is who did this.
You're going to find yourself beheaded if you're not careful or on the guillotine. Because they still
You can't even say it right.
They still do that in England.
It's guillotine.
They still do that in England, I believe. Could you remove my cotter pin at least? Remove my cotter pin. Don't lose that. Does this look lord-like? Do I look like a lord? An English lord? Because I am, in fact, from now on,
Did you really put a pin on your hat, too?
Forget the whole Longhorn Leicester thing. I am now Lord Leicester of the Longhorn. Lord Leicester of the Longhorn. And cotter pins, whatever. Thank you all for joining us. Hi to hello. And I have to think of something regal. How
you know
awesome.
What came up on my phone last night?
Yes, this was the phone.
We're in the tub. And
this is funny.
On Facebook, I'm scrolling. It's like.
What? Show them. You know how your phones listen to you. Friends, your phones hear everything that you say and what you talk about.
I guess because of all of the things that he's saying yesterday.
Well,
all of a sudden,
royalty
an ad
now,
comes up,
Jamie. I'm royalty.
And it says, "Turn me royal." It is a page where you upload a picture of someone.
Jamie, cheers. Just cheers.
Cheers and happy Saturday. You upload a picture of someone, and suddenly They're on the body of a king, a Viking, a lord, a prince, a duchess, a duke, whatever. You can be whoever you want to be, and they'll send it to you on canvas as big as a 5-foot canvas. Please, God, help me.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Lester for Pope.
That's probably not going to work out.
Oh, no, it would not. I curse like a sailor. Could you imagine the Pope with my mouth? Hey, how's this over here, though? How you liking that? Is that sort of British? I says, Jamie, do we have any tea? And she goes, we don't drink tea. I'm like, I don't want to drink. I just want to dip that little string.
That's also
and hang it out. And I want to hang
where
that string
I store my craft buttons in, by the way.
No longer. This is my new
he stole
chalice.
He looked all over the house last night. He's like, I need a royal cup from now on.
Anything to take away their little spoon title. I'd rather be Lord Lester of Cotter Pen. Lord Lester of the Longhorn that would be what I would prefer. But if Cotter Pens have to be included somewhere.
How about Lord Lester of Bean Dip?
Oh,
and Fritos, because someone sent us your favorite road snacks.
Yes.
Lord Lester of Bean Dip.
No, could I have anything to do?
Oh, no. If you get to be Lord, I get to pick the of what? How about Lord Lester of Jamie?
Lord Lester of Jamie.
Yeah, you belong to me.
Did anyone not hear what you said yesterday? I got your lordship right here.
I didn't do that. He's so making that up. I was like, yeah, I got your, and he like makes up a gesture that went with it. I did not gesture that. I would not gesture that.
Okay. Sure she did.
Lord Little Spoon.
Lord Little Spoon.
That is the best. We can go with that. I'm down with that.
No, stop it. If we're going to do this, then I want to do it. I want to have at least something to do with it, please. Not just play dress up. I want to actually. And also,
he doesn't want to just play dress up.
So I told Jamie that we have to think about my crest now. My crest is like my armor, my I don't know what you even call that. My crest is like my logo. And yeah, this has been a fun logo. And the LHL, the long, those are really nice. But it's time now to think of something more regal and royal. If I'm going to be Lord Lester. So in case you guys are
Lord Lester of Cotterpen, King of the Little Spoon and Father of the Longhorns. Yes. Yes.
Who said that?
I don't know, but
who wants to get banned this morning?
That is so perfect.
Okay.
Mainly DIY mom, you win. You win.
Lord Lester of Cotterpen, King of the Little Spoons, Father of Longhorns. Whoa.
Did you just LOL with
stop
influx?
I don't know why I did that. I don't know why
that will live on forever. Actually,
anywho's, so we're excited this morning. It's Saturday. Jamie's off from work. She's worked so hard this week. There's also more exciting news that we cannot talk to you guys about yet, or can we? When is the day we can at least talk about some exciting news?
I was trying to hold out until it happened.
We will hold out. But no, today's.
You can't do that to them, though. Now I feel really bad, like that you set them up.
No, I understand the whole thing. You don't want to count your chickens before your eggs hatch. I completely get that. So let's not count our chickens before our eggs hatch, okay? But I have to put Tina says, why do they put ads on your live? Miss Tina, I know that it's annoying and it drives you nuts, but that is how we make a few dollars on YouTube and Facebook. So I know it kind of sucks, but thank you so much for understanding that that's how we get paid. We don't get paid by Google. We don't get paid by Meta. We get paid through the advertisements that come up on our videos and on our, lives. And that's how all social media works. So that's how TV has worked for the years and years.
Yeah, when you
watch a show and those ads come on, it's not that's how
they used to call them commercials.
Commercials.
Not
They call them commercials.
Yeah.
Spill the bean dip, Lester. So just know that, and we're not trying to talk business because I know that people hate that, and that's just but it is how we get paid. So as annoying as they are, when that little thing says skip ad, skip it. And I promise you, the clever thing, and it's pretty high tech, is you don't miss anything. You're not missing what we're saying while you're on commercial break. It'll come right back to where it stopped. And then commercials for everyone who's watching are all different. That's the craziest thing to me, that the ads that Michelle may see is different than what Lori may see compared to what Carmen might see.
Yeah, apparently I'm seeing Make Me Royal in my ads.
So what happens is, it's really scary technology, but your phone does listen to you. It also, those little cookies record what you look at when you go online, the kind of things that you spend more time watching. So if you're just watching a TikTok and you spend more time watching, give me a current event. You spend more time watching
Politics.
No, we're not politics.
Oh.
Give me another current event. You spend more time watching a weather, something from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, everything that's going to be fed to you is going to be things that, bless you, is going to consume your time with things that you've been spending more time watching. And it's so dumb because I do enjoy watching those New Yorkers dance battle. And so, I'm in my 50s, and a 50-year-old man should not be watching New York kids dance battle. But I enjoy it, I guess, from my past, because I haven't always been Lord Lester of Cotterpin. Okay?
No, he was the Red Rapper and some other things that I forgot the other name. You were the Jester.
Just go with.
And he used to dance. He used to, on weekends, he would go out to clubs and dance battle.
I would dance battle. That was something we did in our days.
And so it's very interesting to me. I'm 12 years younger than Lester, and my culture growing up, I never experienced anything of that, like nothing. I'm from small community, I'll even call it country town.
So let me just say
country
this.
Rock.
So in small towns, even the town like Cleveland, Plum Grove, Cleveland, where I was born and raised, they would have a country bar, but all it really was a bar and some pool tables. And so no one was in there really dancing.
See, our place like that had live bands and everybody danced, and it would be packed.
So I would drive into Houston, which is only 30 minutes from Plum Grove. We just go into Houston, and in Houston would be all of your big dance clubs, and those are kind of what the people from New York and LA, those long lines that you see standing in the bouncer, like making sure that you look like you're able to come in.
I've only seen that on movies.
Those really do exist, and I know that you think I'm making this up. But there was a time in my life when I really was somebody, and I always got let in the door. And when I got let in the door, you don't want to know why? It's because I always wore my MC Hammer and Bobby Brown dancing stuff, okay? A little cardigan vest, no shirt underneath, y'all. I was a built stud, and I would have no shirt, cardigan, buttoned 2 times right here at the belly button. It would stop right at the waist, and then my pants were baggy, kind of like bloom open with a long crotch.
Similar to the prom attire, very similar.
Yeah.
Last year's prom attire.
Last year's prom attire, very similar, and then kind of tapered at the bottom. And so, why am I even talking about this?
I think
no one's going to believe me. No one believes me.
I wish that there were pictures and videos from that era.
We didn't have cameras. We didn't have, I guess we had cameras, but all of my pictures burned up in our house fire. So I wouldn't have any of that kind of stuff. But it's a long story. No one cares.
They care. I care.
No one's
I
going to
love
believe
hearing
me
stories
anyway.
of that, because he used to, on the weekends, he lived. This is things that he's told me. He lived to go to those clubs and dance, and like they would make the circles around them. And
so you would have crews. So me and my friend Jason and a friend Derek, we were all college roommates and friends, and we all enjoyed watching Yo MTV Raps. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Yo MTV Raps, where you learn all of the latest music, all the dance moves. And we'd go to the clubs on the weekend, and then whenever certain songs would come on, we'd start doing our routine. And we practiced our routine on cardboard boxes right outside mom and dad's house, or where we would sometimes stay at Derek's house. Jason's mom wouldn't let us come over because they lived in the neighborhood, and she was embarrassed that people would see us outside dancing on the lawn.
Did you have a boombox that you could put over your shoulder?
So we didn't do that. We would put on. No, I know what you're talking about. That was when I was younger.
Can't Buy Me Love. Yeah.
That was younger. No, so this was already in the 90s.
But did it have a tape deck? Or was it CD?
Jamie, that's in the 80s. Yeah, but I'm talking now. We're in the 90s now.
Okay,
Now
see that era.
Now we
for
have
me
CDs.
Was like
this was
school.
CDs. This was CDs. Okay, and but that's not the point of the matter. The point is, I would go to those clubs, and I would have to wait in line on occasion. But once they got to know you and know that you brought energy and that you were fun and you weren't going to be a jerk, then they would let you right in the door. And that was fun. It made
What's
you feel
crazy
so
though
special.
is the culture is so different. Is that when I asked him, I'm like, so did you drink and drive that far or what? He goes, no, I didn't go to drink. I went to dance.
No one would drink. We didn't drink. We would
Because
dance.
where I'm from, everybody drinks. That's just like the thing is like, but everybody's also 2 minutes from home in those little towns and you could walk home.
I'm going to tell you something, and no one's going to believe this, but girls might believe this. Girls would know about this. I can promise you something. You can get more girls by being a dancer or making a girl laugh than any guy who might have this amazing body and want to buy her a bunch of drinks. Now, I mean, I guess you can get girls that way, but I was never that kind of guy. I was a guy that would go to dance and, just dance and make girls laugh. And I never had an issue. None of us guys ever had issues finding ladies. Beautiful, sweet, God-fearing ladies to take to church the next morning. That's what we did.
I'm sure of it. I am sure of it that you took those ladies to church the next morning.
Well, Jamie, I was going to say something very crude.
I also was going to say something very crude, but I'm just going to shut my mouth right now. I'm
going to go refill my coffee in a real coffee cup, okay?
I'm ready.
You ready for more coffee? You keep people entertained and do not talk about me while I'm gone, please. I am Lord Lester, and hey, you are my indentured servant, or at least we're going to play that role when we have a little fun next time we have some fun, if you know what I mean.
We're not playing that role at all. You can drink out of your plastic chalice all you want to.
The Dairy Maid?
It's funny to think about the differences. And when I heard those things for him, like it just was very unique because where I'm from, the culture outside of St. He broke his chalice. He broke my button holder. When I was growing, like still to this day, that is the culture there. You go to a bar, you listen to a live band or a DJ, you dance, you go home. At bar last call is at 1:45 and they try to be closed by 3. Like it's very normal. It is not the culture here. And I've never been to a club like he's talking about, but when he's talked about that and growing up and talked about, like he's spoken in depth because I've asked questions because it's so dynamically different for me. I've never been to a club like that. Never. The closest thing was a country line dance club that was like an hour from our house that was called Wild Country. And I went there before I was 21 because you could get in as a girl at 18. You would have, you'd have your band on showing that you couldn't drink. And I didn't go to drink. I went to learn how to dance then, but it was country line dancing. So the difference in like, even though he is way more country boy than I ever was, like live out in the country, he would drive to those places to be able to do that. And it's crazy to think about the differences of, he's like, I wouldn't wait in that line. I would walk to the front and I would get directly in. And the closest thing, like I said, would be to get into Wild Country and you wouldn't pay a cover because you were a girl and you weren't going to drink. And you went to dance. And that place had like what I thought was really big. And after I went back later in life and realized it wasn't that big, it probably had a floor the size of a basketball court for dancing. And then it had a down area around the outside. And then it also had an upstairs that you could watch down on people dancing. And on Thursdays, they had free line dancing lessons. And afterwards, they would film for where they would play the dancing there on Saturday night on like Channel 5 or something like that. And it was really fun to be able to see yourself dancing at that point in time. Have you ever heard of you're having bean dip for breakfast?
People don't really know what bean dip is, so I want to show them. So this is a bag of Fritos. Thank you so much to the kind sender. And this is what they call Fritos.
Somebody sent me
bean dip
cream pies, which is really sweet.
So this is really sweet. And then we'll let Jamie feed me. Hear ye, hear ye. Show them how it goes, baby. Show them how it goes. Since I am now of English royalty.
I was enjoying talking about line dancing.
Go ahead.
And a lot of people, Jill's from where I'm from. She's like, yes, Wild Country. It's where you could go to meet people outside of everyone that you knew as well.
What's the nutritional value of bean dip? It's probably horrible.
It's probably horrible. Hold on. It's only 35 calories per serving.
I know, but a serving is probably one
chip.
But
hold on a second. There's something to be said about this. The ingredients, okay? Not joking.
Probably beans.
Water and pinto beans are the first 2 ingredients. There's something to be said because I bet you. Well, these are actually not bad either. Corn, vegetable oil, and salt. That's all that's in this.
Corn, veggie oil,
And salt.
and salt. Hey.
That's actually not, there's no unknown chemicals in here. I mean, vegetable oil isn't great, but it's not.
To each his own, And this was not my choice for breakfast, but I thought that after our live on Sunday, a lot of folks might be kind of curious what everything was. Somebody went, okay, now you're trying to overdo it. Now stop. I'm good. Put the top back on.
Do you want to see it? Because I haven't seen it yet. This is bean dip. It's essentially smashed beans with salt, dried onion, sugar, jalapeno peppers, spice, chili pepper, dried garlic, all in here. But it really is not bad as far as nutritional values go. It has protein in it because of the beans.
Well, yeah, obviously. I know it's not for everybody, y'all. It's kind of like my dad. My dad likes to eat pig's feet. You know about pig's feet? Pickled pig's feet.
So does Kim.
And Kim. And I would not put that in my mouth. But that's not my thing. But hey, my dad swears by it. He loves him some pickled pig's feet. And then you had that rhubarb pie. Rhubarb. I would never eat that. That just grosses me out.
It's so good.
I
it
don't
makes
like.
Me want, I actually have some in the freezer, and now you've made me want to make a rhubarb pie today.
You know, Jamie and I watch a lot of shows. We watch Survivor, and I was telling Jamie a couple of nights ago the reward challenge. They had to go back, and they were going to be served potato salad, and I'm like, ooh, I wouldn't eat that. There's no way. And that was one thing that everyone was like, oh my God, potato salad, they're all jumping, and yeah,
I love potato salad.
And I was like, I wouldn't be able to eat it. I don't like anything with mayonnaise. And then something else, deviled eggs.
Love.
Can't eat them. Would never put one in my mouth.
Some deviled eggs.
My grandma of Peapat would make us. Here's what ruined me. She would make something called ham salad sandwiches. You know about ham salad sandwiches?
I don't like ham salad.
Oh my God. She would make us eat those, and I couldn't stand it. But she would make us eat every bite.
Which grandma?
Peapat.
Oh,
that's my mom's mom.
She did that because she hated you.
She did. And so she would make those kind of things special because she knew that I hated them, and she would love to watch me squirm around in my seat. And then the thing is,
did she make Dan eat them too?
Oh, well, the thing is, yeah, but they all liked it.
Oh,
so she would make things that she I hated just to make me eat it. And then the rule was at her house, if you don't eat, you can't get up and go play. So I'm at that table the entire time we were there to visit. If we were there for 4 or 5 hours, I'm sitting there the whole time just watching Daniel and Kim and Tina outside playing on her swings, and then I'm just sitting there because I could not eat it. I learned some secrets where I would take my fork and I would push everything into a corner, and I would make it look like I've been eating on it. And I'm like, I'm just not hungry. And then it didn't work. I hope that you are not the Peapat in your family and you have certain kids that you pick on. Because I got picked on by my grandmother, which is why
that grandma.
Which is why here we are all these years later, and the entirety of our audiences, even my mom and dad's audiences, still make fun and joke about Peapat. So who got the last laugh now? Peapat. Mm-hmm. Who's laughing now? Huh?
Lord Lester
Lord Lester
of paperclip.
It's not a paperclip.
I forgot what it was called. I genuinely forgot what it was called there, and I was like, it's a clip of some sort. What is it?
Cotter pin.
Oh, yeah.
Cotter pin.
I like paperclip better.
No, but no, we had our fun in the old dancing days, and then you did a different kind of dance where people would country dance,
country line dance. So, which is why when Lester, you did take me to the country line dance place here one time.
3 times.
We went 3 times.
We've gone country dancing 3 times. Oh. Not here in Livingston.
No,
but back at the in Houston.
I thought we only went once. Sorry. Right, but it was before COVID. It's been a long time.
It was before COVID. We've not been out, not like to go anywhere like that since COVID.
Yeah. So we went to, it was a place, God, what is that place called?
Big Country?
Is it?
Maybe not.
No.
I don't know.
Anyway, it was a big dance hall, and it was very similar to Wild Country from back in my days of you go in and you
Stetsons?
line dance.
What are they called? Stetsons?
No, it's another one. It's on the right. I know where it is. It's next to that. It's before Humble. on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I just forgot the name of it.
Oh, anyway, it's a big country dance club, and we went there, and I felt very like, first of all, I felt very old, but
Now, see, I don't, because this is my opinion, and you all may differ, but the one type of club you can go to and never feel out of place is country, because you have everybody from those young kids, not young like under 18, but younger, the generation who does all the new dances. They do all the new dances. And then you have those who are much older who like the old two-stepping. You have those polka, and you have so many different styles. And then here in Texas, you also have a lot of Spanish music that's country Spanish. So you have a lot of Hispanic folks will be in there because they also enjoy dancing different types of dances. That's country / Spanish country. You have no, it's just all kinds. And so, and there's no one particular age group that dominates.
Man, I don't know.
Baby, don't spend our time doing that. You're getting fixated the way I do on some things. My grandma will do the Cupid Shuffle. They always play that.
It might have closed, to be honest with you.
They may have closed. Like
Stampede.
I said, Stampede. It was called Stampede. How did you figure that out?
I've been country dance clubs near Cleveland, Texas.
You ever heard of the Cotton Eye Joe?
Yeah, that's the one I danced. That's the one I knew.
Okay, so you know the Cotton Eye Joe, yeah.
And no, Copperhead Road was what I danced.
Copperhead
Road. So
hey, we have video somewhere. I recorded and I even uploaded some video of you line dancing.
Yes.
Now that would be hard to find because we have to go way back.
Yes, so
like
far
before
back.
COVID.
But like that was more of like take me back to my youth, except for it was like on steroids. That place was like 10 times bigger than the one back home.
And like if you remember, it was a packed house. So the only place to breathe was the dance floor because walking around, you could not walk around. You better find you a nook or a cranny, hopefully by the bar, and hold your ground because there were so many people in there.
And then that place actually had like little things inside of it. So there was like a karaoke bar off to the side. Then there was like a bull riding thing off to the side. Then there was like a pool place, a dart place. Like it was massive venue, massive, like bigger than anything I've ever been to. I have been to one other place in
Did you hear how my mom got all upset because all we played at our prom was mostly country?
Yes.
My mama made a video where she was upset, not mad, but she was frustrated because she was hoping to have a wider variety of music to dance to. And since we had our own DJ, since we were our own DJs, we didn't hire somebody.
People picked the songs that they wanted to hear or sing.
Yeah, would pick their own songs to either listen to or dance to. And I think that my mom come hoping to hear more of her genre, her generation.
She literally, she said in her video, I watched that video. She actually said, she was like, I'm just a lot more rock and roll and I couldn't stand any more country music. So we had to leave. And I was like, I didn't know, first of all.
Gillies.
I didn't know.
I know Gillies.
Where's Gillies?
You never saw the movie Urban Cowboys?
No.
So Gillies was it burnt down. It's no longer around. But Gillies was a very large country dancing place in Pasadena, Texas. That's where Lex lives with his mama, his family over there.
I didn't know that was
Gillies, and that's where they videoed Urban Cowboy, the movie. You've seen that with Urban Cowboy with Bud and Sissy. Come on, Sissy. They had license plates on the back of their truck.
I'm guessing that's our date night tonight, huh?
Said Sissy.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
How come we don't have Lester and Jamie on our?
Well, you don't know what happened in that movie, though.
Okay.
So Bud was a typical man and sometimes makes man mistakes. But Sissy, I hated her because she ran off with the guy that works.
Never mind.
At Gillies in his little RV parked out back. I was just so mad. I could not wait until Bud gave him a good ass whooping because he deserved it.
Oh my God.
Hey, that was a good movie, man. Mickey Gilly was the guy's name. I think he was a country singer. Now, I don't know that for a fact because he's older than I am. But his nightclub was called Gillies.
Wow.
And that was around for a long time. It probably burnt down in probably the 90s or the early 2000s. Not sure.
I went to a dance club once in Dallas. I worked in Dallas for 6 months of my life and had to be there Monday through Friday. And sometimes the flights would get canceled or whatever. So I went to a country dance club called, I think, Red River. And it was huge. And the dance floor was actually a circle because of how y'all two-step. That's not what we do up north. But
So when you two-step, but any dances all are made now to go in circles.
Which
So you
is
can
great.
take your
It just
partner.
was like a culture difference from where I'm from, because where I'm from, I think that we have the same playlist for every single bar, band, DJ, everything, because it is a mix of rock and
So
roll.
I
and
taught her how to
country.
two-step. If y'all don't know
Yeah,
that,
I didn't know
taught
how to
her
two-step.
how to two-step because before I would take her out, I'm like, you're gonna have to know how to dance with me when we get there.
We did it in the yard, right outside the pasture in Plum Grove.
Yeah,
if you remember.
So there's a funny thing. So I can lead or follow because could you tell that story how I can lead or follow, but it's more masculine to lead?
You just told it. No,
but it'd be better if you would say it because I don't want everyone to think that
Lester is such an experienced dancer that he can lead or follow because that he can, that's how he teaches.
You got to teach somehow. But no, I can lead or follow. So I felt the most embarrassing thing about it the first several times that we went, and I can't believe that you're going to say we only went dancing one time.
I actually remember two now.
Is I would have to let her, I would have to, I would let her lead, yet I was really pulling her along. Does that make any sense to y'all?
I'm an okay dancer.
She would be in the lead role. Don't say it's a little spoon move. Oh my gosh, that's a little spoon's roll. Charlene, you need to take it back and hush it up. No, but I would allow her to be in the lead role, yet I'm really pulling her into position, into how she needs to.
Which is, it was. Okay, I guess I have more of a control problem than I knew that I had. But Lester's an incredible dancer in all kinds of genres. And he can two-step very well. And he did teach me how to two-step.
Talk about how good of a dancer your dad is.
My dad loves to dance more than anything. And where I'm from, of course, we all know how to polka. Like that word, it's a very German community, and polka is very much in it. But it's a three-step, so you can also waltz then, and you can dance. But my dad is 63 years old, and he still loves to go, loves to go dancing. It's not about drinking for him either, but he loves to go dancing. Country dancing, just dancing anywhere is totally his jam. And at both of my brother's weddings, even, he was just out on the dance floor from the time the music starts, and he will pull anyone to the dance floor, and it is what he loves to do.
I would love to hear Jerry D's story. She says the man is, and she put air quotes, the man is supposed to lead. And that is true. And guys, I'm not a misogynistic kind of a person. I don't play roles like that. But I do know that traditionally, and I'm just saying by tradition, normally the man is in the lead role when you partner up and you embrace and you dance. And I feel the same way about driving a car. I can't stand it when I go somewhere and I see a woman driving and a man all reclined back using his phone. I'm thinking, what kind of a loser's that? So I'm weird like that. I'm old school, maybe. I also open doors for ladies and let them sit down, and hold on a
second. I will say this. There is something very sexy and I don't want to say endearing. There is something, I'll even say sensual, about a man leading you on the dance floor, like guiding you and directing you without words and using his body to be able to direct you what to do. And there is magic that happens in dancing, and we don't do it enough, to be honest with you. I love it. It's probably a better workout than farm chores.
Oh my God, it's a great workout. Yeah.
But as much as I say, I had a little bit of a control thing, I think that I was scared to mess up because there's all these wonderful dancers all around us.
Oh, they're getting better and better every year.
And they're doing all these fancy spins and things. And here's Lester and
Some of these dudes will pick these girls up. Some of these guys on the dance floor. You remember how horrible Jake was dancing, just knocking everybody over at our prom last year? Jake was going all.
Yeah, well, that was mild compared to the club.
There are people at the club who think this club belongs to us. We're going to outshine everybody. And I hate it because you got to really be defensive driving when you're on a dance floor. And some of these country clubs, these men are picking these girls up and flipping them around, and they're doing spins, and boots are flying. And I'm thinking that is the stupid thing
I just want
ever.
Lester to grab my hips and tell me where to go. Okay, I don't need him to toss me around or anything. We'll both die out there. Like that, we'll be the crowd that shuts it down and have to get an ambulance out there if that happens. We try that stuff. But I do love that I love the music and dancing, and like that is very much part of my roots. And I didn't know that about Lester whenever I met him, that number one, that he could dance, but number two, that
there's people who are asking, did we dance at a club? No, we did not meet at a dance club.
No. We met at church like everybody else.
Yeah, we met at church, an online Christian dating. No,
That's
joking.
so full of this. That's so far from the truth. All
Anywho,
good.
no, we've had some fun. It's been some fun. We've had but we don't, guys. We don't really. I don't think you guys understand how beat we are come 8 or 9 o'clock at night.
Last night,
to know that we got to get dressed and go somewhere else.
Last night we both sat out here after we got done with chores and just took a breath. And I was like, do you want to go grab something to eat? And he goes, yeah, let's go inside and get cleaned up. Okay. So
I go in and I run the tub and I get in first. And when she walks in, I'm yawning in the tub.
He has the lights off. The lights were off in the bathroom.
So hold on. I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast. I wanted to see the podcast with JD. And I'm watching the podcast. I leaned the phone up and I leaned back and we had the jacuzzi tub. So I leaned back and I'm just enjoying a very relaxing bath. And boy, it hit me. And so I don't know what time you finally came to the tub.
It was only like 10 minutes. I always like to clean up the kitchen and pull things together. So when I'm clean, then I'm no longer cleaning. That's usually my goal. So I usually let him get started. That lets him do all of his things, and then I'll come to the tub, and then you stay in for a little bit and get out. That's our normal routine.
Yeah.
And by the time that I got in there last night, which was only like 10 or 15 minutes, he's yawning, and I'm like, well, we ain't going to dinner tonight. Like, but that's what happens all the time because, like Lester said, I don't think y'all realize how on the go our life really is and how much we're doing, and that as much as I would love to go dancing, I need to pre-nap, and there's no time to pre-nap in our days to be able to accommodate that. Like I would have to be like slamming Red Bulls or energy drinks.
If we did Red Bulls and all that, we'd have to do something. Or if we were going to designate a night to go out, like a dance night or whatever, we would have to have a nap midday, and we don't take naps. We don't have time for naps.
So
but we
212 says Greg says, do not feed him or he'll never leave. That's true.
That's true. You feed this guy and then he's done. But I felt bad because Jamie did, after she got out of the bath, she did come and still cook, and we ate. So we did eat. We didn't go to bed hungry. But I tell you what, by 10 o'clock, we were just beat. Both of us just exhausted. I don't know how the young people of today do it, or even the folks who still our age who still go out. Your mom will go out sometimes.
My mom goes out all the time.
And your mom will go out and get home at midnight or 1 o'clock and still wake up at 3 a.m, ready to wake up and start her day. I don't know how they do it, but here's what I think it is. I think that your body gets conditioned to certain things. So probably if we were more late nightish and wake up a little bit later in the morning, we would be able to adjust and do stuff like that. But
I can't.
Well, the way animals dictate our schedule is when the sun comes up, they're ready to eat. And it's all going to change here tomorrow because time is going to fall back.
We get an extra hour.
So we will get an extra hour.
This is a big bar night. So where I'm from, this is a big bar night because the bars stay open an extra hour due to this rollback
that would
thing.
be So
you want to go out dancing tonight then?
November 12th is our 7-year anniversary. That's coming up. Now, November 12th is not the day that we began talking. That's the day that we actually met and never looked back.
Maybe. Look at his face. Look at his face. He's like,
this is my royalty face.
That is not your royalty face. That is your
royalty does not laugh.
Lester is trying to hold things in and be serious face.
I'm trying to think of a royalty, a look of royalty, Jamie. I am Lord Lester of Cotterpan, father of all Longhorns. And I'm just trying to think of a face that goes along with this cool hat that I got. You want to talk about that story? No? Is that a video too?
No, go ahead.
Jamie has a video of us getting out doing a little resale shop. Okay, garage sale. It was a garage sale.
I was like, that's really far from a resale shop. That was somebody's yard.
Someone says, "Are we going to change our Sunday live time?" I don't. I think we should keep it at 8 o'clock, but that's up to you.
I
And
think we
here's
should
why.
I think it depends on the Lex weekends.
Because with my Lex weekends, the way it's working out right now, with him being in middle school and him also having sports that start at freaking 6:30 in the morning, I'm not keeping him on overnights on Sundays right now. I'm taking him back to his mom on Sunday evenings, afternoons. So meeting his mom at 5 o'clock in the afternoon still gives me an hour to get back and get things done here before we have to get ready for our live. If we move that live back to 7 the way it was, it's just going to be really hard to do for us. So I know that you guys maybe like that better, but 7 o'clock on a Sunday is just going to be cutting it real short.
We'll see how this goes here in the next week or so with time change, because we'll keep it at 8 for this weekend and then just see how it goes, and with the Lex stuff and everything. And then 7 is just gonna be like really hard, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yes. So Lester's hat. Okay. I do have a video, but I
only 7 years. I know, Jennifer. It feels like just yesterday. Wait, what was she implying? That we're like an old married couple?
Pretty sure. We are.
This is my royal where I have to look down on you.
That's how he looked at the yard sale, by the way. He tried that hat on and all of a sudden became in full character, broke out the camera.
Here's the thing. She didn't have a mirror. I says, "You have a mirror?" She goes, "Only in the house. You can't go in the house." I'm like, "Well, how am I going to try this hat on without having a mirror to look at it?" So I got my phone and I put it in selfie mode and I took a few pictures from different positions. And you guys don't know this. I'm going to date myself again. Pull up your phone and type in Kango, Kangoo, Kango. Back in the 90s and the early 2000s, these hats were very popular. However, no one wore them like this.
They make shoes now.
Okay, go to Kango hats. Kango hat. And the thing is, anyone who's my age will know they wore them like this. I'm going to go to images. And I want to show you all. Well, here's a girl. Here's a girl in one. But everyone wore these hats backwards. Now, of course, that was the brand. Had the little kangaroo. It's kind of like a Nike shoe. But you would see these hats all over the darn place. But they always.
Kango is made famous by LL Cool J.
Yes, LL Cool J would wear the Kango. Absolutely. I don't know why I'm only seeing girls in these. That's not very cool. Where's all the guy pictures at in these things? But all the guys, oh my God, there's only girls wearing them. Why are only girls wearing these things? There are so many girls wearing these things. Oh my God, another one. All right, move it along. Never mind. Anyway, so yes, it was LL Cool J, and that's a wonderful, just an amazing rapper.
There you go. Here's a boy.
Thank you. There's a boy.
I said boy.
So yeah, the Kango was a style, and you wore them backwards so that the kangaroo was right there in the front. Samuel Jackson wore those too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I bet you he did. But I bet you he wore his like this because he's an older generation.
Yeah.
So I do believe, I don't know this for a fact, and y'all, I'm not trying to say this in any negative, but I think these may have been popular in the 30s. Think about movies that you've seen from old New York, Brooklyn.
It's a great Gatsby hat, yeah.
In the 30s, the 40s, and I think that these were very popular in those days. Everyone from little kids to grown-ass men were wearing these kind of hats. I don't know why.
So true story, though, I do love the hat. Like,
do you really?
Yes, I do.
Well, I bought 2 of them. I got a different color I'll wear for next time.
He did. He was the spectacle of the yard sale, and
I didn't even care. I was just excited about living.
I like how you tried to say it was a resale shop, though, and class it up a little bit. No, we were in someone's yard.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not really a yard sale kind of a person. I know
it was
that
a big one. It was like a big estate sale. Like it was a big one.
We pass by places all the time that say yard sale, garage sale, little arrow pointing in. But that's just not really my thing, because I feel like I'm going in there looking at other people's just junk drawers, stuff that they don't want, they don't need.
Which I love.
which I know that you do, but I don't have time for all that stuff. But I did pull over for Jamie, and I'm like, whoa, Jamie, this goes along perfectly with Lord Lester. And so we have another one over here. So she showed me both of them. And at that point, she could have probably asked any price that she wanted. Luckily she didn't. But
what did you pay? $1 for each one?
$1.50 for this one over here because it's nicer. It's insulated. The other is just like a little rag cloth. It's $1. But hey, I'm fine with that. I went ahead and gave her a 5 to keep the change. So she got her money's worth.
It was a good day for the yard sale. I did not walk out with anything, sadly.
I do. A lot of people love garage sales.
I love garage sales, but I haven't had time to go in so many years. And yesterday I was just like, can we stop? Can we stop? It was big. It was
newspaper boy caps.
It is.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, you're right. I have seen movies of newspaper boys.
But genuinely, I do like it. Minus the Lord thing, I do like the look. You always look.
I did not buy myself a lordship. Okay, that was a gift. Okay, and you do not deny someone the blessing of a gift. So, if you don't want to be my indentured servant, then so be it. Just know that you could. Never mind. Oh, the Scottish also wore these. I think even to this day, the Scots still have their military may still wear berets. Now, I don't think this is a beret. This is not a beret.
I don't think so.
But I do think that they have, well, you all heard of the Green Beret, the military branch of the army. Not a branch, but a military
battalion.
Green Beret, a military, someone help me over here. Green Beret is a military, you have your this and you have your these, the military. I don't know.
No one's helping us.
But Green Beret still have a Green Beret. That's part of a regiment, maybe. I don't know what you call that. A coalition. I don't know. But it's kind of like with the Marines. You have your force recon, your unit, your specialist. They're like specialists, right? And of course, you still have your Navy, but you have your Navy SEALs. It's like a specialized branch. Classification, position. You guys are helping us a lot now. Your special forces.
I think it's battalion, isn't it?
I think it's special forces. I think special forces, because Marine special forces would be force recon. Army special forces would be Green Beret. Navy special forces would be Navy SEALs. Get it?
Yeah.
Air Force would be the Space Force. I'm kidding. I just made that up.
The Space Force is part of the Space Force, though.
I don't think so. I think the Space Force is its very own branch of the military now.
Is it really?
I don't know. I've always laughed at Space Force, and I probably shouldn't laugh about it because there's something about that, y'all, that we just will never know. There's some reason that they had to create the Space Force. I don't even know the reason behind it. But the Space Force is, I'm not laughing at the Space Force. Oh, Space Force is separate. I don't know them.
We don't know anything.
But I do think it was the craziest thing ever when I heard that they had made a brand new branch of the military called the Space Force. I'm like, is that a joke?
I thought it was a joke.
Why? Too. And then I'm thinking, wait, what do they know that we don't know? What does a Space Force needed for? What are they doing in space? If there's a Space Force, that means you have guys that are driving around in spaceships, right? Right? Yeah. Doing what?
I don't know.
Put silver wings up on my chest. Bum, bum, bum. Make him one of America's best. 10,000 men will fight today, but only one was a Green Beret. Oh, I get me the goosebumps. I got the goosebumps up and down my arms now. Woo-wee! That's a good song. That's back from the Vietnam era, and it's a song about the Green Beret. Put silver wings on my son's chest. You know that silver wings was like the little metal.
I've never heard of that.
Name him one.
Never heard that.
Of America's best. Oh my gosh.
Apparently I've missed out on a lot of things.
So everyone's saying that Space Force is a branch of the Air Force.
I thought so.
I did not know that. I am so sorry, guys. Yes, Special Forces units would be what we're referring to.
Interesting.
Yes.
Well, we learned something new today, including that song.
And I'm ready for one more cup of coffee. How about you?
Okay.
Yes?
Okay.
I'll be right back.
3 cups of coffee with y'all today.
The challenge doesn't really count.
Mine, don't dump mine out. Mine's still like half full. Just warm it up, please.
10,000 men.
Y'all got to see 3 Cup Lester last week, and I guess you're getting to see it again. which is something. We actually have a pretty big day ahead of us, but separately. Lester is headed to Tina's house, sister Tina's house, Tina and Rob's. He has to pick up the bounce houses, the moonwalks, from Coda's party and deliver them to Brienne because tomorrow is our sweet Carter's birthday party. I'm so excited for that. Her present, Lester doesn't know this yet, but part of his day is putting together her present, which he's going to hate more than anything, but it is sitting in Plum Grove on the delivery spot and has to be put together. He doesn't know that yet. Did you hear what I just said?
No.
I have a task for you while you were in Plum Grove.
Okay.
Carter's birthday present is at the delivery spot.
Okay.
So Lester will be gathering that. Carter doesn't watch the live, so I can say this. Carter loves drawing, painting, color. Like, she will spend hours of her life doing that. And when we do it, it is generally on the floor when I go over there. So I got her a cute little desk that has drawers and places to put all of her coloring books, because when I'm there, what she wants to do is line up her coloring books and have me choose, like we're at the library or things like that. So I got her her own desk because when she's also here, she loves to play at my desk.
Dang it, I lost it.
What happened?
This is really cute, this lady said. Cinnamon Tyson says, Lester's his own Space Force with 3 cups of coffee.
That's accurate.
That's cute.
That's accurate.
Oh, my goodness gracious. That was so funny. Thank you, Cinnamon Tyson.
That's true.
At ease, says Brenda.
So Lester's got back today. You're also taking the boys to lunch.
So, yes. So, my mom picked up Lex from school yesterday. He has all the way until Tuesday off from school, which is wonderful. I think it's great that schools are out for election day. Now, granted, I do think that more people are voting now in early elections than what will actually go on election day. I don't know that for a fact in all states.
I don't think it's more than. I just think that a lot more people are choosing to do extra. We have no idea if it's more people voting total or anything.
I have no idea how that goes. But what I do know is that my son's school is out every year on election day. Now, I say every year. They only have elections every 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So Lex will have no school on Tuesday, and then I will take him back to his mom at 5 o'clock on Tuesday instead of 5 o'clock on Sunday this week. But no, I'll go today and pick up the moonwalks. The bouncy houses are over at Tina's house. You talked about that already?
I did.
I will go pick those up from Tina's. I'm going to have Ben and Elijah and Rob will all be there to help me load them. I'll drive them over to Uncle Dan's and drop them off. Uncle Dan will help me unload. We're not going to set them up today, though. And then tomorrow,
take only like a couple minutes.
Oh, yeah, they're very fast to set up. Then Uncle Dan, and then we'll set those up tomorrow for the party for Carter's birthday party. And I hope it doesn't get rained out.
I know.
So here's what I told Jamie, though.
Hold on. We hope for rain. We just hope that it gives a break.
I know. We do need rain. Don't get me wrong. But I hate to have any child's birthday party rained out. You guys know how that would be. But no, so this is going to be a dilemma for Jamie and I, because we know that we have bought a spray and a scrubber for us to spray the moonwalks down after the kids play before we roll them back up. We let them dry out and we roll them back up. I don't think that Tina and Rob would have done that. So what we're going to have to do is air them up, have Dan and Lou clean them up a little bit, but they're still dry from Tina's birthday party, from Coda's birthday.
Yeah. But today,
however,
if it rains tonight or tomorrow,
they're going to get wet. And that means that kids are going to be tracking in dirt and mud and grass. So I think that what we're going to have to do is let Dan and Lou go ahead and roll them up. But when we get them back over here,
blow them back up.
We'll wait till the first pretty sunny day. We'll blow them back up and get them a nice clean.
Well, we might
scrub.
have to blow them up in the shop.
We could do that. We can blow them in the shop.
My brother, so you don't know this, my brother has one that they acquired for whatever, from some event or whatever, and he will put it up in the shop in the wintertime for the boys.
So I
thought about that last night when we were talking about making sure it doesn't get moldy and things like that. I was like, we could the ceiling in the shop is high enough, and it's cleaned out still. Yeah,
that would be the worst thing, because a lot of people with those moonwalks, they'll roll them up when they're wet, and then when they undo them, they have mildew all in the creases, and now we're not going to have that with our moonwalks.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're going to get dirty tomorrow, I bet you. But we'll make sure they're all cleaned up before we use them again.
Yeah, absolutely. And then this is Carter's other present. I can show them this.
Oh.
So Carter's getting a vet playset, which I'm really excited about. I had brought her over some little dress up clothes and her and Cash, and one of them was a doctor, and there was a doctor, a policeman, a fireman, and then a couple of princesses. I had found that our Dollar Tree actually had them in the $5 section, and they both like fought over the doctor kit like crazy, and I was like, I'm gonna bring it home. So we got a little bit of an animal vet playset, and I'm really excited to give that to her. So now y'all know all of the secrets that are happening. Are you okay?
Lady keeps asking about that garden dome behind you. If you know the name of the maker of it. I got this off of there. It just comes from somewhere called Southern Nurseries.
That's the name of the Silsby Nursery, though.
Oh, that's Silsby Nursery. Medium glass dome terranium.
It is technically a terranium.
It's called a terranium. But Jamie bought hers from Southern Nurseries there where she likes to go in Silsby. I don't know the name of the actual maker of that.
No, it's a glass dome terranium.
You have things growing up on the legs of it, though. You realize that?
I wanted that. Yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, that's sweet potato vine. That's
Kelly thought I went to go pee. I would not do that.
He wouldn't do that here. He would at least step off to the side.
Oh,
he has the bladder of like a horse. Like he can hold it for like ever. And I'm like, can we stop? I've stopped.
Sometimes we have to stop twice on one road trip. One trip to feed store, we had to stop twice for Jamie.
You gotta go. But Lester's like, he could probably go 8 hours without. And tell me 3 hours before, like he's like, I have to pee really bad, and then can hold it like another 3 hours like a crazy psycho. Like if I have to go, we have to go, or I will go in a ditch. I don't care, but I have to go. And Lester's like able to hold it for his whole lifetime.
One of the things I never told you about was when I went for my colonoscopy, they called me back and they got me all hooked up to all the stuff way early because we got there early.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the lady who called said that the doctor always starts early. If we're ready to go, then he'll start early. And so we got there early by at least 30 minutes. And then right when I got there, they called me right on back. And I never had a chance to go to the restroom.
Oh.
And so they got me all hooked up, and I'm in the bed all hooked up. I'm still wide awake, but I'm thinking, I hope that doc kind of hurries because I kind of need to go pee. And I'm thinking, if they put me under, like, what if I like pee myself? I was so scared of that, but no. And then it was probably an hour of sitting there waiting for them to all get everything going. And then
like, there's never in a million years that I could have done that.
All they could have done was unhook me with all the IVs and all that mess, and to let me go.
When I went after my accident, when I was in the ER, and I'm hooked up to everything, and they're like in the middle. I'm like, I have to pee right now. So here we go with all the equipment in tow. Like if I have to go, I have to go.
How does
You're a better person than me.
Botox injections help with having to pee too much?
It can freeze certain muscles and things like that.
So they have Botox in your. I thought Botox was like around your eyes and your nose.
Botox can be for
lips.
migraines and your.
I had no idea.
Botox there's a lot of uses for Botox.
Oh. Tom said, should have asked for a urinal. No way. I would have been way too embarrassed for that.
Can you pee laying down? I don't think I could pee laying down.
I mean, I could have rolled over on one side maybe, but no, it's all good. Luckily, I do and am able to hold it, so I did. And then this is the dumbest thing people probably don't even know about, but it was all the way after the procedure. Jamie's driving me home. We stopped to get me my favorite snack, my little cookies, and Jamie runs in. I'm like, hey, could you pull back behind pull back behind the shopping center? She's like, why? I'm like, I got to pee really bad. So it was that long after my procedure before I finally got to go behind the shopping center.
And he's completely out and everything.
Out by the dumpster.
It's crazy.
Oh, no. Yeah. Well, listen, friends, we've had you guys for an hour. We have a busy day. I'm going to get on the road right away. Jamie, what are you doing today? We haven't talked about what you're going to do today. She could always go with me, but she wants to do things here and catch up on her one day off.
Yeah, I have some final measurements to make for our order that we'll be placing for the winterization and the buildings that we have to do.
Before we get off, let's do an animal checkup real fast. People are asking about all the animals. Okay, so go ahead. Your day.
Oh, and then I have a few errands to run and want to be able to make things perfect for what's coming.
So you all heard Jamie herself. She has a few errands to run to make things perfect for what's coming. Mm-hmm. So let's go around the properties right quick. I will start with the JL. Everyone's doing wonderful. You know, we've had little Gary passed a week ago, and he's buried, and so we miss him. But all the cows, the heifers, the yearlings, the little bulls, the big bulls, they're all doing wonderful. And we're very blessed for the Longhorns doing so well and being so independent. I swear, guys, every time I go over, they have found a new way to harass me. And they're just finding more and more things to do. And something you haven't seen yet that I put a video out yesterday on YouTube. It'll be out in a couple of days on Facebook. But I actually videoed Jolene taking her horn and doing this, putting her the tip of her horn, when she has a 6-foot span, she takes the tip of one horn under the door of the feed buggy and she scrapes food out. And then she takes that food and pushes it all to the corner where she turns her head sideways.
That's so smart.
It's so darn intelligent. And then everyone always thinks that it's me who's turning on the water and blaming the cows. Guys, if you could watch the way they can manipulate their horns and what they can do with them, you would be so darn impressed. There's no way I would ever go turn water on and allow water to run off down the hill. So we're trying to work smarter.
Yeah, Lester needs a full day. He keeps saying, he's like,
I
need a full day at the JL to be able to do. And it's not, the problem is, well, it's not a problem, is that Lex is here now until Tuesday night. So your first day is like Wednesday.
I know. But here's the thing. I can't really go a full day because I don't want to miss coffee in the morning. I know it sounds kind of dumb, but I like to be here for coffee in the morning. And so then when I get coffee done and we finish our coffee, Jamie goes to work. That's my chance to go. But I feel like I have to be back in certain time for the feed up and the routine over here. So it's hard to find enough time to get everything sorted over there. But
like for me, coffee is our time. That is the time where we plan our days and strategize and talk, because at the end of the days, we're pretty worn out. So there's not a lot of thinking that happens in the evenings. So it's not like you can't miss coffee. It's just like when you miss coffee, we miss coffee. Like, I know that sounds silly.
And I am so very wrong. Do you ever answer questions? Miss Linda wants to know, are we going to answer any questions? So yes, let us get by real fast and do an animal update.
Yeah.
And then we will answer some questions. And before you leave, I want to replay how we started our video this morning, so you'll all know about the whole ins and outs of what's going on here. So animals update from here.
So Lenny, I saw Lenny questions. You can catch a Lenny update on From Suits to Boots last night. A very short clip of how Lenny's doing.
Lenny's doing wonderful.
But Lenny has not had any pain meds in 24 hours, 36 hours now. And he's doing really well. He's getting around. He's eating. He's drinking. He's at peace. When does he go back this week?
So we have not made that appointment, but she said give him a week. So we'll have to call and make an appointment.
I sent her that video clip last night and she.
Oh, no. Did she? Oh, no. Because Dr. Cochran said, I know you can't do a whole lot you can't put a goat inside of a crate, friends. I know that you would like us to do that.
She said he acted like he wasn't going to know what to do with himself with that cast on in the clinic. She goes, I was worried he wouldn't adjust, and then sent laughing faces because, all right, I'll play it here too.
Hold it nice and close.
He's about to show us all.
He's eating Carl's birdseed.
Yeah, Lenny's climbing fences to be able to get to the food that he really wants.
Don't get any ideas, y'all.
Yeah. So I sent that to her and I was like, I think he feels okay.
Whoops. Oh, hide.
You can say it. We can talk about it.
Do not think that I'm the one that gave this away. It's the sweet Deirdre. Deirdre gave it away. Deirdre.
That's Deirdre.
Deirdre.
Or so I work with someone whose name is Deidre. She doesn't have the extra R in the beginning, so should be Deirdre is what I think.
Well,
is how you say
Deirdre,
that.
you went off and done something horrible. Go ahead, Jamie, talk about it since Deirdre didn't gave it away. Golly gee, Deirdre. Sheesh, some people.
There's a.
I'm playing now.
There's a horse in Florida who is a double hurricane survivor, and was no longer able to be where she was.
Well, it was everyone, if you've ever gone through a hurricane, or if you've even seen videos, pastures. Well, think about Hurricane Harvey. It decimated our pastures. All of our fencing was pushed over, and so this poor horse has had its entire pasture fencing decimated, and the ladies had to move the horse into her yard. So she has a fenced-in yard, and this poor horse is living in a very small fenced-in yard, and that's just not the best. And she can't foresee getting all of her fencing redone.
Just overwhelmed with everything that happened with their home, and just knows that there's a different future that could be had for this horse, and had asked if we would take her, and she's on her way. And I'm like crazy excited.
So,
would be an understatement.
So we did have to pay for that. A professional, what do you call those guys? Haulers?
They're equine haulers.
And so could you talk real fast, unless you want to do it in a video? And I completely understand if you do, and that's no problem. But I was really interested in the fact that these haulers, it kind of reminds me of what was the Harriet Tubman, the Midnight Railroad? The Underground Railroad, where they had certain safe houses they would stop at, right, as they made their migration to different parts of the country where they could be free. And so these horse haulers have their own, I just call them a safe house, but it's really a safe farm. Mm-hmm. Farms along the route that they stop at that allow their horses to get out, walk around, use the restroom, eat some grass,
they have
fill
stalls
their belly,
that they stay in overnight, things like that.
Talk about how crazy that is. And maybe if the driver gets here, have him talk about it.
Maybe.
That would be
I
neat.
don't know if they're comfortable doing that, but essentially when you, and I didn't know all of the details, but haulers that haul long distances, you can't keep an animal in a trailer for 24 hours or 17 hours or 20, all of those things. So they have to take very frequent stops. They also haul with food and water, hay and water in this, like these are stalls that are rolling down the highway essentially. But they have to stop and let the animals out and stretch their legs, because otherwise they can get swollen legs from standing. They need to move. They need circulation, that type of thing. So they have strategic points depending upon where they haul to and what they're doing for their stops. And they also, this is even more crazy. This is part that you don't know yet. They haul more than just your animal, because they plan these routes and trips like a chess game. And essentially they have private farms or land and farms that they own that they stop in on the way, because this is their business. So they plan strategic routes. And I didn't realize this. Florida is a very large horse state. Did you know that?
I actually follow a lot of farms in Florida on YouTube, and I see a lot of horses.
This is very much a horse place.
Lori says, this is nothing new. To me, it was, Miss Lori. So maybe to you, you know about this, but I had no idea they did stuff like that. I had no idea.
They also, sometimes the haulers will actually switch out drivers at certain, like there'll be a leg that they do, and then it goes to the next somebody else takes over, so that they can continue, and because they're humans and they need the rest too. So it's very interesting to us about her journey to get here, and how many stops to be able to keep it safe. And I'm excited, like incredibly.
Is that Ocala, Florida?
Ocala area.
Ocala?
I don't know.
I don't know how to pronounce that. But
horse,
a lot of people are saying the same. Ocala.
This horse,
I may be saying it wrong.
Lived 2 blocks from the ocean.
Oh, this is funny. There's farms in Florida. Marie, I'm like you. There's farms there. No, there's some beautiful farms there. I do believe these are probably not in southern Florida, not along the beautiful beaches of southern Florida, but I bet you along the what do they call that? The little up the northern Florida, the panhandle of Florida. I bet you there are. I wouldn't know.
They go all the way down, to be honest with you. But anyway, this horse lived 2 blocks off the ocean, and they got hit pretty hard with the hurricanes and
middle Florida.
And I'm excited to bring her into our herd. And
I'm nervous as heck, y'all. I am nervous as
I'll be honest,
heck.
I have not slept well for the last couple days, not only just about her coming, but her journey, and just you hope that she doesn't have a whole lot of trauma. I don't mean physical trauma, I mean mental trauma from whatever it is that she's gone through, and also that our herd is welcoming as well.
A lot of people are saying this same thing. Highway 301 near Ocala. And I would have had no idea.
I had no
But
idea
what
either.
we have learned from going to A&M with all these sick babies is that there are some really big farms out in that part of
Oh,
Texas as
yes.
well.
Yeah.
And so there's things that you learn, and I had no idea, but why certain folks kind of congregate to certain areas. But you drive towards Texas A&M, and you're going to pass horse. I don't even call it a farm, but a horse ranch.
Yeah.
After horse ranch, after
Yeah.
horse ranch. And you know
Beautiful.
it's horses because they all raise a certain kind of grass that horses like, the coastal grass. They also have these big stables. They're not barns for cows. They're not like big chicken barns where you see that, you can always tell when you see a chicken farm or a cattle pasture. Oh no, these are very well kept, and you can just see the equine stuff all out and about, and a lot of them.
Yeah. I'm excited for this. And she'll be in quarantine at first. She has had her health certificate and all, like she's well. So there's no, she's had her Coggins and she's had blood work done. She's also had recent, hooves trimmed
and those are
teeth
things.
done. Like,
and for folks who don't know, and I'm not trying to cut you off, sorry, babe, but in saying so, there are things that we had to have done before you can transport an animal across state lines.
Yeah.
And so for everyone who's concerned about her bringing disease, she's already had all of that stuff done, the Coggins and all the things that could be a problem. She's already had all those tests done. We'd had to make sure all that was good. And so everything's fine.
Yeah. So she will be here tonight, actually. And I'm so nervous and so excited and so, just all the things, like emotional about it. But it's going to be a fun little journey, I think.
Yeah. And for everyone who keeps asking about things that you may have missed, guys, I mean, there's too many questions to go back, but listen, we don't do anything without making a video about it.
Yeah.
Or talking about it. So just go back to the videos and scroll through, and I promise you will find it. Now, the only problem with saying so is that sometimes folks on YouTube get things a little bit earlier than those on Facebook. And so that means that there may be things that have not played on Facebook yet that have on YouTube. But I promise you, it's coming. It's coming. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the question answer part of our show.
I want to give one more update on Rita.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are asking about Rita. I made a video this morning that has not posted yet. Rita is doing amazing. And I'll give you the short cliff notes of it. Whenever I have my nephews all together, it is bananas. Whenever we have Carter and Cash together, it is bananas, and they're fighting for attention, and one wants to be louder than the next. And it's just like, it is so stressful. And when you have them one-on-one, you can hold a normal conversation. It's like the most pleasant experience. And that's the best way that I can attribute Rita right now. Rita is a different horse with Dinky. Completely different. And I don't know if it like is instant, like I'm bigger than you and I don't have to fight you for anything. But we're still working through all the things. But when I tell you that we have a peaceful situation right now, it is night and day difference.
So listen what we've done. And so that's one of the parts of our job that you may not get to hear a lot about.
Dinky's like,
Dinky
yeah,
agrees,
she's in charge.
it's the farm management part of it,
Yeah.
the logistics of everything. And so what we've done for now, until we can figure everything out, is we've taken Lenny, Tina, Ernie with the alpaca family, and they're all in the same paddock.
Yeah.
And so we joke and call it the infirmary, but that's just, kind of a joke, the sicky room. And so that's what's going on in one paddock. And so, and then everyone in there is happy. Tina doesn't want to be with anybody. She can't be with anybody, but she's very happy to be across the fence from everybody. Lenny needs some isolation for a while, so he can't be beat up on and picked on and have to fight for his food. And then, of course, Ernie, we all know that's a roller coaster of a ride. So they're all in one of their paddocks. We've also taken Carl and Debbie and moved them inside the larger of the paddocks, so that they can kind of have some room to enjoy themselves and do all that they do, their dirt baths and all their things, but they can't be around Rita and harass and everything else that's going on with Rita. Because don't forget, now Jamie and I can disagree on this over here, but I would like to also introduce and let the other donkeys come over at some point. And you're not real sure about that yet?
I'm not sure about that yet. I want to, like, I really mean it that Rita is at peace. And my video today shows you that, but also stepping into the pasture with Rita as just Rita and nobody else is trying to fight for any attention is night and day difference.
Yeah.
And I don't want to disrupt that. I want to be able to work with Rita without those distractions as well. And we have more future plans and things that we're not talking about yet. But for now, we have brought peace back to our pastures.
Do you want to just hold off on talking about her name? Because people are
Yeah,
asking.
I'm not ready to tell her name yet.
So let's just give us some time to get her here. I just said her.
No, it's a girl.
Let's get some time to get her here and make sure that she's safe and she's all that. But I promise you, there's nothing that we're going to let go past you without making great video. And we're going to work hard to bring you quality video, not just waste your time on stuff. But that will be coming soon. You think by tomorrow morning or not that early?
Not that early.
Not that. Okay, so we're not going to play it tomorrow yet. But
I don't know what time for sure she's coming. If it'll be daylight or not. And that's like,
yeah.
And I will record moments, but it's not a live moment because I'll probably be here alone. Lester will still be in Plum Grove. So just give me a little bit of time. We promise to tell you more when we know more, but like I said earlier, I don't want to count my chickens before the eggs hatch. And I just want to let it happen and we'll go from there. But she is in a trailer on her way here.
And then I'll just add one last thing about the driver. I don't know the man. I've never met him, but I'll tell you what, he's been keeping you updated. And I love the fact that he takes time to update Jamie. And I know one of the messages says, I'll tell you what, this girl sure does eat. And that's kind of sad to me because that makes me think that where she was at before, because of the flooding, she probably did not have access to a lot to eat besides what her mama, her human would give her. Because in a backyard, there's not a nutritional horse place to graze. And so I don't know, but I'll tell you what, the driver says that girl loves to eat. I'm like, great. That's just great. Another big eater. So we will have a lot of neat video coming out, I'm sure. But everyone is fine here on the property. All the animals are doing great. Knock on wood, cross your fingers. Thank you, God, whatever it takes to keep them healthy and doing well. And I will say kudos to Jamie for helping with all the management part and keeping everybody sorted. And where every pasture you go into feels safe and warm and welcoming, except the one with Carl.
That's not so welcoming.
Carl's not going to change anytime soon, y'all. Carl's Carl, and we've learned to work with him, and I'll say work around him. As a funny joke, and I did not video, but just yesterday, for example, I had to use my human body. I sacrificed myself to lure Carl in. So once Carl comes chasing after me, Jamie's role was to sneak around behind Carl while I'm
It was a total tag team event.
Come on, Carl. Let's go, Carl. What you gonna do? And I'm trying to taunt Carl to follow me. And the whole time,
there's no video of this action, by the way.
Jamie's trying to run behind him. And
I had to run yesterday, okay? Twice to be able to make that happen. And the whole time Lester's like, he doesn't see you. Hey, Carl, he doesn't see you.
Don't worry, Jamie. He's not looking at you. And he's like,
Lester's like, you don't have to run. I'm like, I'm running for my life right
Carl.
now.
It's like, Carl. But I distracted Carl long enough to get Jamie to go around behind him and close the gate to latch him in. But now even Carl has his own fresh water and no one's having to share with him his own feed, because don't forget, you all know Rita. What Rita was doing was something very clever, eating her food, but looking over where Carl and Debbie were eating. And then she would leave her food to run over, scare Carl and Debbie off and eat theirs. And then Carl and Debbie would run and eat Rita's food. Then she would run back. And Rita is just something. I love her, but she is hard, y'all. You've all had a child.
The world is at peace now, though, because we have everything sorted for now. It's been something.
It has been something. But listen, we're going to end the video now. We got to get going.
Lester is the one who has a very, very busy day. My busy day is busy.
Anticipation and just waiting and biting at your nails.
Mine's going to be like pacing.
Yes. So thank you all for watching. We love you so very much. And I just cannot tell you enough how much you mean to us, and taking time out of your days and hanging out with us and enjoying a cup of coffee, a good laugh here and there, sharing so many comments, asking questions. And I'm sorry we can't answer them all, friends, but we do try to grab them here and there. Wrap it up, Jamie, and then I will I'll end it where we started the whole video off at.
Y'all, thanks so much for loving us, for allowing us into your homes and phones, and giving us the greatest gift of all, which is your time. We love you so much. We hope you have a safe and blessed Saturday. And Lord Paperclip here is going to sign us out.
It's not. Hey, if you want to call me, just call me Lord. I have a new title. Someone bought me a title. I'm Lord Lester now. And I owned honorary land in England. I own Lord Lester. Do I want to move there? Well, it's just honorary. I don't think it can actually let me live there. And it may only be like a plot. It may just be like a 1-by-1 square of land that I own in England. But I'm a landowner in England, Jamie. I'm a landowner, okay? I'm just wondering, do you want to be a indentured servant? Would you want to be my indentured servant? I'm offering it to you. I have your indentured servant right here, she says. That was crude. And that is not very honorable. And I think she could be beheaded for that. She could. Can I behead her for that? Do they still do that in England? Can she still be beheaded for doing that to me? I'm Lord Lester, and she's not Lady Jamie. She's not Lady